I'm Erik Almas, photographer from Norway, live and work in San Francisco. I'm a photographer drawn to big moments and big spaces and apply that in a quiet manner. I'd like to say that I'm one of the people that do people and landscapes really well, and I think that's my forte. I thought for a while that I would be a photographer, and when I stopped being a photographer, I would stop being Erik Almas, but that's not true at all. I would still create, I would still be vibrant, and I would still be the same guy. My photographic start was in a lot of ways driven by adventure. I was a DJ, I worked a lot at night, and just sort of felt that itch to do something else, and I woke up one day and thought, fuck, I gotta do something in my life. I can't be working at night. And after some soul searching, the only thing that I was excited about doing was taking pictures. I'd started taking ski images of my friends skiing down the slopes, and the Norwegian army is mandatory for all men in Norway. So I did my 10 months of service, and while I was there I did a darkroom course. So I came out of there and thought, photography is fun. I could go and learn it somewhere. I could photograph the World Championships and the Olympics for the local newspaper. I could travel around, and that was my intention. I thought, okay, I'll go to this small little school, community college. I work on the weekends as a DJ. And then by happenstance, this photographer that had studied in the US told me that you can't do photography in Norway. You gotta study in the US. And I just said, okay. 20 years later, I'm living my dream, really. Beyond my dream. I never thought I would have this life. I think I got here by being passionate, to be honest. When you're young and you're in it, you can't really define why you're doing what you're doing, but looking back at the things I've done, I've always been fully immersed. There's a lot of things and there's a lot of places that somehow hit you and mashes with you, and then it percolates and it comes up in pictures. Places inspire, people inspire, music inspire, film inspire like crazy, but all that stuff still have to go through the filter of me, and then I somehow respond to it because it connects with who I am as a person, and through that comes pictures. I think I just want to create. Have this urge to just do it. So I guess the purpose is in the singular moments of observing and seeing and manifesting and collecting. And then I say collecting, taking a photograph really is collecting a moment somehow, or a place somehow, or a memory somehow, or collecting a feeling that you had somehow. So if I'm to accomplish anything, it would be to try to document or gather or keep somehow my life experiences. So the reason for me doing this tutorial is really because I want to give something back, or I really enjoy teaching. I would love for people to take away something that they could carry with them and learn from, for sure. There's too many tutorials where people just show what they're doing without thinking about what that can give to the people watching it. So if anything, I would like to create a tutorial where people walked away with some actual points of learning so that they could apply that to their own journey as a photographer, and hopefully propel them to get to where they want to be sooner and faster and better. I'd like to think that this tutorial would be different for two reasons. One, in the production effort we made into creating these pictures. It's not just being in studio one day. We have traveled for days and days to accomplish pictures that I'm really, really proud of. Not just stepping outside my house and show my process simply, but actually traveling for 10 hours to get to a spectacular location, so that the pictures that we create in this tutorial will be something that I'm proud of. You will see on my website. It will be images that I would think would get me work commercially later down the road. Now the second step to that is us inviting you to come into these pictures, create your own foreground elements, and actually learn by practicing on my pictures. So by giving you the background plate and allow you to shoot foreground elements yourself, You could keep massaging that foreground element till you have placed it in there perfectly. And by going through that process, you would have learned my process. And by that, you would be able to accomplish the level of photography that is giving me a really, really extraordinary living. So if you really apply yourself to the tools that we give you within these backplates and work on it till you get it perfect, you should be on your own, be able to go out and craft similar imagery that I used to shoot for clients. It takes me on the road 250 days a year, and if you apply yourself to this process, you'll walk away with something really special, I think. The one lesson I would like to pass on, if it was just only one thing, it would be the emotional content of imagery. I think it's greatly overlooked. Now, emotional content in two ways, from here and out there. So you listen to your own emotions and you take pictures of it, and then you listen to the people or the places you photograph and that emotion, and you apply it to the picture. That must be the one thing. There's so many things that you can learn out there when it comes to the cameras, the retouching, the techniques, the light setups. That's there for everyone now, and there's so many photographers that have mastered that aspect. I think what most people miss in order to be truly successful, it's that signature look, so to speak, that comes from here, and that's all emotional content. So just dig in and understand yourself and apply emotion, and you'll be crazy successful.